All right, welcome people, welcome everyone to this episode of Fitness Motivation Lifestyle, hashtag FML. We got your host here, Pedro, and today we got a pretty super lit panel. You know, we got some cool guys. Today, actually, we got a really special guy on the show today. We got this guy here, his name is Evan Brignola. He is an actual gymnast. You know, he's one of the guys that, you know, that I gotta tell you, man, I want to be like you, bro.
I want to be like you, Pedro.
Oh, you won't be like me? No, I want to be like you, bro. This guy right here is a gymnast, and I'm going to tell you guys something about Evan. Evan actually has been through a lot of stuff in the last couple of years, last couple of months, actually, you know, injuries and things like that, but he's a phenomenal gymnast. And we'll kind of talk a little bit about that sport today and kind of just have a free conversation a little bit about that stuff as well. To introduce the rest of the panel, we got another guest here. His name is, what's your name, bro? I forgot. So my man Mello, we call him Mello, right? So my man Mello. And obviously you guys know Jay Money. This is Jay, you know.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
So, you know, I guess today the conversation point here we're going to be kind of talking about and kind of getting into the conversation today is pretty much just free talk, right? We want to kind of just talk a couple of things. I know me and Jay were talking a little bit earlier about, you know, the conversation of relationships and how it affects people in fitness, right? Okay. People, yo, listen, I know some dudes right now, they can't even, they can't even work out because their girls got them on lock. Like what's going on, bro?
Yeah, not to throw shots, but I know someone 3 weeks haven't been working out. I think you might know him too, bro.
It's a rough one, right? It's a rough one when you got that situation, you know, and you're that locked down. Like, yo, I love the commitment factor though. You can't, let's not take it away from the man. The man's committed, right? But at the same time, you know, look, like you gotta get yours too, right? You gotta get yours too.
I mean, you could be committed, but he's not really that committed to himself. He's more committed to someone else, and I think that's a problem.
Honestly, that's a red flag for me, bro. Yeah. That's a red flag. Like your girl should inspire you and push you, bro. Like if you're in a relationship, they should be like, yeah, get in the gym. Let me go with you. Not like,
word.
Take you away from that.
Why doesn't she go with him, right?
I mean, I guess. I guess. I don't know. My man over here talking, he got a girl. Oh yeah, that's right. You do have a girl. Okay. Oh yo, let's talk about that. And then, yo, hold on. Is it her birthday tomorrow? Yo, bro, what's up, bro? Yo!
Shout her out.
Yo, shout her out, bro. Yo, look at the camera, bro. Shout out your girl, bro.
What is this,
bro?
My girl, LA Fitness is
Yo, listen. Hold on. Call out your girl right now. Yo, listen, we're gonna give a shout out to my man Mello. My man, look at the camera. Tomorrow's your girl's birthday. And y'all celebrating, man. Yo, you should be, listen, these are the moments you be proud of, man. You be happy that you have someone to call yours, you know? Somebody you can,
someone that inspires you to be better.
You to the gym with you, bro. Yo, you gotta, my man, you gotta be real about it, bro. What's up?
Girls love that, bro. Girls love that, bro.
Yo, he look mad uncomfortable right now.
I know.
You feel
it? Y'all put me on
y'all got me right now. Yo, the topic.
So you're a gymnast, right?
Hold on, back that up 1 second. Let's go back to the girl talk.
Yeah. Now we're gonna back flip flop.
Nah, but on some more serious conversation points. Let's talk a little bit about. But on a serious thing, man, you should be proud of that, man. You should be proud of that you have a girlfriend that loves you, cares about you, and wants to push you to limits. I'm happy for you, bro. Many people don't have that, you know. Many people don't have that. As a matter of fact, talking about girlfriends, Evan, you just came out of a relationship after what, 2 years, you said? And it was a little bit devastating for him. You know, he went through a little situation over the last, I think it was 3 weeks ago, where you were down and out, and it was a rough one. And I caught you one day at the gym. I caught you over there, and I was like, yo, what's wrong with you? Why are you not your same bubbly self? You know, it's just so funny how other people can affect us, right? And that's the one thing, right? Like that situation, you just being broken up from your girl affected you. Now, for some of us, the situation is we get affected from not working out, right? So I know, like, for me, for example, right? I know most of y'all might think, this dude don't even look like he work out. Y'all can go, you know, I'm not gonna tell you where to go, but you know where you can go, right? Nah, but I do work out. But it's the same thing for me, or for like any of you guys out there who actually, work out on a regular basis, and then all of a sudden you just kind of like just stop. Or you just kind of, something happens and it kind of takes you away from that, external situations take you away from the things that you love, And so I totally understand, Evan's situation and perspective, tell us a little bit about, about that. When we talk about you and that, what happened?
Well, I think it starts from the I've gone through a lot over the past 2.5 years, 2 years. I've experienced good and bad, and I feel like that's just part of life. But, I think starting from my shoulder surgery, and I got shoulder surgery about 1.5 years ago now, and prior to that, I had another one about 2 years before that, dating back about 4 years ago. And I've dealt with shoulder dislocations and injuries that were debilitating to me and affected my quality of life and my ability to work and my ability to work out. So when I finally got a surgery that was successful, working out has become part of my routine that I've loved.
Your lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
It's a
lifestyle for you, right? So it's a lifestyle.
And being in a relationship with somebody for a long time, we were in a very, I would say, healthy relationship, and even ended pretty healthy, but it still affected me to a point where you walk into the gym, you see people and they're always running through your mind or whatever, and it's still kind of fresh, so I'm still learning how to deal with it and kind of find myself and be myself again. But I'm definitely, it's coming back quick, and I'm trying to not let it affect my ability to get in the gym. I want to stay consistent. That's something that I believe in. That's one of my mantras. I want to stay consistent, consistency over intensity. Even if you're having a bad day, even if your relationships are affecting you in a way where it's affecting your emotions and you from the inside, don't let it affect your actual physical being. Walk to your car, get in the car, you might not enjoy it, start driving, push the gas pedal, drive to the gym. Once you get in there, you might not even get the best workout, but you know what? You got in there, you do what you got to do. You moved your body, and maybe don't want to be able to get there again and do a little bit better. So that's just something I believe in, and he picked up on the vibes because I'm there all the time, and we're joking around. But yeah, definitely being in a relationship, getting out of one affects your, ability to, or your
lifestyle habits.
Lifestyle, yeah, your habits.
Lifestyle habits. I think that's the key, right? Because like when I saw you that day, you weren't like your peachy self, right? And right away, I kind of figured, I was like, yo, I saw you like one day you were kind of down. And I saw you were fighting it. That's the thing, right? Like I was able to identify, like, yo, like, you were fighting it, and I was like, well, what's up with this dude, bro? Like, my man is not the same. You know what I mean? Like it was like you got your friends, right? You got your boys, and like, you can pick up on exactly what's going on with them. And that's how it was for you. I was like, damn, he's not himself. And I was able to identify that, and that just brings me to the next point that. Yeah, lifestyle is a big part of it, and the external factors of your lifestyle can affect you. And that's the same thing for you that happened with your gymnastics career, right? I mean, that happened to you too there. And I think that's a big thing, but you made a bounce back, right? I mean, how many surgeries did you have again?
I had 2 surgeries, and I've dealt with probably over 50 dislocations.
That's what we talked about.
And that was brutal, especially being a guy who's like super into fitness, athletics, and my whole life I've been an athletic lover of athletics, playing. I was a hockey player, gymnast, so it just was debilitating. I couldn't enjoy life the way I wanted to. So even being in a relationship, she was great with when I was healthy and I got out of my physical therapy and everything, she was rooting for me to get in the gym and like get back to my old self, because she knows how much that meant to me and whatever. She was never really, I didn't experience, what, I guess, your man over here, your buddy over here is not letting, your girl's not letting me go to the gym. I didn't experience any of that, because she understood that this was something that was a big goal of mine, to get back in the gym. When I first met you at LA Fitness, I don't know, I guess now January, December, end of December, early January, I started going to the gym. I was cleared and I got in the gym. We sat down and had a conversation of like goals, and you were like, we'll see if you're gonna be here in 6 months, or I'll be impressed when you're here in a year, 2 years from now. So that's something that stuck with me, and that's a goal of mine, is just to remain consistent, get in the gym, put in some work every day, whether or not it's a good day or a bad day. Just get in there and push yourself a little bit harder than you did the day before, and I think the results will show, you know, so.
That's the one thing, man. I mean, that's the one thing I will say. You have maintained the consistency. You know, I mean, I think for me, I've seen you come into the gym just about every day. I mean, with the exception of a couple of times where I know you've missed a couple of weeks, right? Like maybe 1 or 2 weeks because of either work or something happening, outside, something external, right? I've seen that, right? Yeah. And it's like for me, like at the end of the day, it's about that, right? Consistency. Even I have lost consistency. I think we all have lost consistency. I know Jay, you lost consistency for a minute, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had to deal with this injury that's been bothering me for a while, and then there was a time that brought me down because I couldn't do nothing, just do legs and all that. And I remember recovering. I was actually working out with Evan. We'd work out a couple nights after work till 11, 12 a.m. And we just hang out. We were just there every day. And I feel just like being consistent and just being in the gym. Like even the days you don't want to be in there, those are the best days because those are the character building days. And that's when you really want to be in the gym.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm coaching kids every day, and especially working with high level athletes and elite athletes. Kids that are working in a facility 20 hours a week where you're seeing them more than potentially their own parents, and you become kind of that figure with it takes a village as well, there's a team of us. And
I love that. Would you just say it takes a village? It takes a village to do what?
To raise a child.
To raise a child. That's it, baby. That's it.
That's something that we're dealing with in the gym as well. Like it's definitely like parents got to be on the same page. We have to be on the same page. Clear line of communication. But when you're dealing with kids and they're learning how to push themselves and there are days where they just don't want to push themselves. They're tired. Their bodies are tired. They're mentally tired. They got school going on, and I'm just trying to get them to go and just telling them like what you said, character building, greatness and greatness is not achieved on your best days. Greatness is always achieved on the days where you feel like you don't want to do it. Greatness is always achieved on the days where you're tired. Push yourself a little bit further because you're gonna on the good days you're gonna feel it. That's when the good days happen, And don't get me wrong, there are gonna be bad days. There's gonna be down weeks. We're all human, but be aware of it. Embrace it. Be like, okay, this is a down day, but I'm gonna make what I can of it. Push myself, and you'll see the proof later. But if you let that day affect you in a way where you're not able to get through the motions or push yourself a little bit further, then you'll feel it as well in a negative way where you won't be able to get it on. Your good days won't feel as good. So that's just something I believe in as well, man. I just getting in there and on the down days putting in the work.
I definitely agree with you, bro. It's all about building that self-discipline, especially at a young age. They're definitely going to be disciplined as they grow older. Definitely going to strive for their goals and really stay that motivation. They're going to remember you for a long time, especially you pushing them in all this.
I hope so, man. That's the goal, trying to make a positive impact.
Inspires
them. It sounds like you're really being able to reach out and touch a lot of these kids, and that's good, man. Like we were talking about, not every day is easy, and those days that you're dragging, you don't want to be there. Those are the days that they really gotta grind, man. Because most people will quit. 90% of people aren't gonna be like, today I'm not going, bro. I'm just gonna go lay down. I'm gonna chill.
That motivates me though. That motivates me crazy because it lets me know I'm different from other people. Because a lot of people wouldn't want to do it, so I want to do it because I want to be different from those.
That's what makes you great.
Yeah,
that's what takes you above that next level.
Absolutely.
So look. At the end of the day, I think a serious topic, right? It's a serious conversation point, but I think it's a really important conversation point. It really does have a deeper connotation to it as well, too. I think the connotation here is really understand that it's all about drive. It's all about intrinsic motivations, right? The driving factors that push us to the points that we want to get to. I mean, the question is, what drives you every day? What drives you every day? What drives you every day? What drives me every day is just knowing that every day that I get up and I wake up, I can be better. I'm going to be better, right? I mean, I go to work sometimes. I go out to the gym sometimes, and I'm like, damn, bro, I got to go do this today. But the first thing I say when I say that, damn, I'm like, damn, I also got this person that depends on me, and I got this situation that depends on me. And you never know what can change in that one moment that you just miss, right? So you could miss a moment, and that might have been the moment to change your entire life, right? That's the way I look at it, right? So like I've had that happen to me. Like I used to be in working for these big companies, and I used to go to all these studios and stuff, and you'd be surprised, like one day, one of my friends decided he or she doesn't want to go to work out. Guess what? There was a celebrity athlete or somebody who was there that I got a chance to meet and talk to and have a conversation with, that they didn't have that opportunity. So to me, it's important to really, just understand that you got to keep pushing, you got to keep moving, you got to keep driving. It's important. You said something that's true, man. It takes a village to raise a child. That's an old adage. And it's not just one person, right? Even with working out and motivation, sometimes it takes a bunch of friends to motivate each other to get to a goal. I know I worked out with you, right? And I know, you were surprised when you worked out with me that I was as strong as I was, right? Yeah. You were absolutely surprised, right?
For your friend.
Because, for my friend, right? Because you are legitimately, you look stronger than me, right? Yeah. But the reality is that you're not.
I'm not.
Right? You're not. I'm being real here. I'm talking true facts, right? I'm spitting facts, right?
It's been shown.
Been shown. And hold up, before you say anything else, hold on, Mr. Sonrisa, hold on, Mr. Sonrisa, hold on. I need to get excited.
You tease a lot too.
You get excited. Well, hold on, but so here's the thing. But the one thing we learned is that you have the tenacity, the abilities to move, to push. Yeah. Because you didn't quit on the workouts, right? No. You did not one time did you quit.
He's competitive.
You didn't quit,
He wanted to win.
You did not. He didn't quit. Not one time did he stop. But there are people who would stop. They'll find all kinds of excuses to stop and not push forward. And you know what? To that, I give you credit for that. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been in a situation where I've worked out people doing the same thing. You know what I mean? I've been pushed to my limits, and I was like, damn, it's just rough. Like, I want to stop. Like, I want to bitch out. But I never do that because I know that if I do that, then I'll never get to the next step to where I want to be at. So I think it's all about that, right? Just keep driving and pushing yourself.
A key for me while we were having our workout together was, I know you're stronger than me because you just been consistent for so long, and you're a master at this, man. This is your craft.
Yeah, but although I missed like the last 2 years, right? Because of COVID, right, and everything else.
Seafood.
But this is your craft. Seafood.
He's got this seafood.
I'm training with seafood, so I'm
training with seafood.
I don't.
That should be a challenge.
And that's just like a growth of my character too. That I don't really like to compete with people as much anymore. I'm more like I'm there competing with myself, and you're pushing yourself, and I was pushing myself.
That's the key.
Yeah.
You said the key. Competing with yourself.
Yeah.
Every day I don't compete with Jay, I don't compete with Evan, I don't compete with you, I compete with myself. Because if I get better at me, if you get better at you, guess what we can do together?
Grow.
We can grow. And guess what we can do? We can collaborate, we can change the world, we can change everything, right? Why? Because
iron sharpens iron.
Exactly, right? Iron sharpens iron, and because we're on the same page, bro. We're on the same page. And not only that, but the funny thing about it, because we're getting better every day, we're helping each other accomplish the goals that we both or that we all want to accomplish together. That's more powerful than anything else, right? How many people does it take to make a baby? Not one. It takes two. So just think about that, right? Everything in duplication is success, right? It's powerful, right? Everything in duplication is powerful. So if we can duplicate, right, what we're doing, then it becomes more successful and powerful. And that's what I think this is about. It's about just drive, it's motivation, intrinsic factors that help us get to those points, I mean, you competed in some stuff before, right, Evan? You're a competitor, right?
Yeah, I've competed, and I don't want to miss this point that you said, competing with yourself, and it's amazing to me that athletics does this. This is, to me, a testament of what athletics does in different ways, because we've all done different sports. We all are into kind of different athletics, but it teaches us that same life lesson, like competing with yourself. I see it every day in the gym with the kids I coach, and so, especially with kids that don't understand puberty or like their bodies are going to change. But from a young age, you might have a kid who's 7 years old who's just a naturally strong little kid, and I see it all the time. Just naturally gifted kids as opposed to kids that are not naturally gifted, and the ones that usually last are the kids who are not naturally gifted, who don't compare themselves to the naturally gifted kids.
So let me make a point to that, right? So the point I'm going to make to that, right? Think about it. Right? Remember when you were in school, when you were in high school or elementary school, right? You had those kids who, they could take any test, right? Like, you got these guys, they can sit down behind a computer or a testing booklet or whatever, they can take a test. They don't need no study time, they don't need none of that. They just take a test. And they passed it, flying colors, no studying or nothing, right? But you had that one kid who had to stay up late at night until, that 5 a.m. in the morning studying, or that 2 a.m. in the morning studying, they just grinding it out, right? And that's the one person who gets the C in the class, or gets the C on that exam, or passes the exam with an 80, or whatever the case may be, right? But the point is that they pass, right? That person, you look at them 10 years or 5 years down the road, and what happens to them? They're usually more successful than the person who had it all, right? And the reason is because, exactly what you just said, a lot of times people who have it, they don't realize what they have. It becomes complacency. It sets in as complacency. They don't have to
see it so much.
They don't have to work, and the drive is not there. It's not the same, and as a result, it creates issues, right? This is the reason why it's so important to understand that when you don't feel like doing it, just do it.
Just do it.
Like Nike says, right? Just do it. It's a beautiful line. Just do it, right? When you don't feel like it, just do it. Because at the end of the day, you just doing it is going to ultimately help you get to that point, that pivotal point where you're now not relying on extrinsic factors. Now you have the intrinsic motivation to actually do the things you want to. Hence the reason why the name, fitness to inspire motivation to change your lifestyle is the name of what we do. We do this because we're all about fitness, not just fitness in the sense of physical fitness, body aesthetics, right? That's cool. Anybody can get body aesthetics. I mean, some people are naturally gifted in that. Some people got to work for it, right? The folks who are naturally gifted in body aesthetics, guess what? They throw it away. The folks who got to work to it, they understand it. You'll see them longevity. You'll see them in their 70s, in their 60s, in their 80s, still looking that way because they understand what they had to go through to get to that, but they also understood that this is something I need to maintain long term. Because when you have it, you just, I got it. Why do I got to work for it? I got it. You know what I mean? And we see it in everyday life, man. I mean, we see it. I mean, we have we have a coworker. I'll talk about that. Look, we got a coworker that's kind of like that too. The kid is wealthy, he's well off, extremely intelligent, super intelligent, got it all. But his mentality is like, I got it. It's whatever. There is no work factor, and that's not to take away from the fact that he works hard at the one thing he loves doing. But at the end of the day, that's it. That's as far as it goes. And most of what he does is pretty much just to have, I guess I want to say the internal factor of knowing that I've accomplished something. It's not just because I got to work for it.
Yeah.
Because it naturally comes to him, naturally does. The kid is just a natural at it. So I think that's a big part of this whole process, man. And we see it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, as far as for me, like I like the hustle, man. I like going after it because ever since I was young, I didn't have like much growing up. I've always had this imagination of what I wanted my life to be, what I wanted my family to be, this and that. So I just grind because I love that. I love the hustle. I love pushing myself because life is all a game, and I want to be the winner of my own game, right? You got to play your cards right. You got to meet the right people. You got to say the right things, and you got to lead yourself up to win this game of life that is endless. It's just endless. It's all about the next move.
What was that book I gave you to read again? What's it called?
The Infinite Game.
The Infinite Game, baby. Simon Sinek. My man Simon Sinek wrote a book. It's called The Infinite Game. Check that book out. I'm gonna recommend this one to you guys. Simon Sinek is a motivational speaker, but he's also a developmental coach, and he works a lot with a lot of business and companies. And I gave Jay a recommendation on a book that he should read because I read this book about 2 years ago, and it's kind of a spin-off of the book. Find Your Why, right? And I also gave him that book as well too. But The Infinite Game is a really important book because it gets into the details as to why some companies and some people are more successful than others, and why some companies really last 100 years, 200 years, and why some companies die after the 10th year, the 20th year, the 30th year. Because the mindset, right? It goes into that mindset and motivations. Their motivating factors is infinite, right? 100 years. Walt Disney, for example, right? Disney World, right? 100-year mindset, right? 200-year mindset, infinite mindset. They'll continue on for generations. You got 80-year-olds, 70-year-olds. You got 60-year-olds going.
Yeah, I mean, to add on to that, there's some companies that care about how much they make. Let's say 2020, right? Oh my God, we made so much money.
Exactly.
2020. We're successful.
Exactly.
And then
in their minds.
And they close down after 5 years.
Yep.
Whereas another company that probably didn't make as much 2020 but what they focused on was maintaining the business alive. Which one do you think will make more money? The one that's open for 100 plus years like Walt Disney, or the one that made the most in 1 year? And that 1 year, you chose that timeline to make the most. Because if it was 2 years, it wouldn't be the most.
Consistency over intensity.
Consistency over intensity. And just understand, that at the end of the day, it's all about what you just said, right? It's about maintaining longevity, right? Most of the times you'll find that some businesses and some people, we've been talking here really about people, but really some people are just not infinite minded, right? They don't have the infinite mindset, right? The infinite mindset means that you have to be generational. And that's what that boils down to, right? That's Walt Disney, for example, right? That's companies like Hewlett-Packard, for example. Like all these major brands, like banks, right? Wells Fargo, 100-year company, right? J.P. Morgan Chase, Apple, right? All these are companies that are infinite. They do have product, have a lot of products, but their focus is not that. Their focus is on the customer and on their people. The people who serve the customers that they deliver to is their focus. And when you have that focus, ultimately you win. Because as long as those people are happy, those people will then happy employees, happy customers, happy business. That's the way it should be. Happy wife, happy husband, happy life, right? That's the way it is. And just about anything you do, longevity it comes from that. And again, the more that you can you can find that longevity and that peace in what you do, there's no stopping. But, again, we want to bring some of these conversation pieces, man, to the forefront because it's so important, man. It's so important that we talk about this, especially in fitness,
Yeah, the stuff you're going to relate to life, all of it.
All
Every single aspect, man. Consistency over intensity, like you said, that's really key, man. Everything you do in life, whether it's working out, whether it's at your job, whether it's building a company, so everything that you do, man, just trying to think long term and focus on staying at it. Like there's some companies that get that big break.
Yeah. Even at your job.
That's it.
Even at your job, like what you do, right? I mean, you work with a lot of, you're on your feet all the time. You work in a business. I'm gonna say he works in golf. He works in the golf industry, right? I mean, so like he works in the golf industry, and what he does, most people look at him like, no, I'm not doing that, but he understands the infinity. He understands the infinite, mentality of that, right? That can lead him to some big results.
The game.
Meeting
the
right people, right?
There's a lot of doors there, man. There's a lot of doors that could open up. So I just wake up every day. I go there and I set my best foot forward.
That's it.
Play the game.
That's it. That's it. That's what it's about.
Lay the cards down.
That's what it's about.
Literally, there's days I've worked 5 days in a row, 12 plus hour shifts every day, and I'm just dead tired. And I'm like, you know what? Just get up, just get there.
Let's get it.
Just get there.
Why
and
not you?
Just get it.
Put on a smile.
Just get it.
And just do your thing, man.
You can't help the smile. The smile is
Like
yours.
it comes out.
There's rumors that he came out the womb like that.
You own that smile, bro. You own the smile. Evan, listen, I wanna take a second to really thank you for coming on here and kind of talking a little bit about your situation. I mean, we kind of put you on the spot with your relationship situation. I know that was rough for you, And this is not to take a shot at him. Evan actually, again, like I say, he's been really one of the prominent faces. I mean, at the gym, he's been really active and engaging there. At least one of my biggest fans, right? He's been my fan.
Big fan of Peter.
He's my fan. I mean.
That's why I'm so happy.
What?
That's why I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming in and taking the time to be here with us and kind of discuss at this point. His gymnastics career is major to him, and that's why, for me, it's important that we highlight that, right? Because for him, that's his passion. That's what he loves doing. That's the thing that excites him. He wakes up in the morning, he's thinking gymnastics, right? So you gotta find the one thing that motivates you and drives you to wanna do what you do every day. That's the key to this entire puzzle, right? This mystery, this life, right? You gotta find what drives you every day, and you're gonna find that not in the external factors, but the internal factors, the things that you love and enjoy the most, right? And this is the reason why we do #FML, Fitness Motivation Lifestyle, every single week. We bring you a new episode. Why? Because we believe that if we can help inspire you to motivation, you'll change your lifestyle. With that, Guys, I want to thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Once
Thank you
again,
for
thank the
having us.
panel for having us, for being here and giving us a great show. And we'll catch you guys on the next episode of #FML. Peace.
Later.
Peace.